What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Scalp Solutions podcast. I am your host, David Santiago, and today I have with me my man, Will Quaye from Scalp Nation, representing Essex, United Kingdom. What's going on, Will?
How's it going, Dave? Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for coming on the show, my brother. It's been a long time. I know we try to get this. We try to get this going. You know, the last round. You were too busy for me. You told me, Dave. It's all good, but we back here. We back here now. Let's dive right in, brother.
Yeah, man.
Let the audience know. I already introduced you and your location, but you know your clinic, where you represent, where you from, brother.
Yeah. So I've got a small clinic in the UK called Scalp Nation. I'm also a pro artist at Creative Scalps, which is in Crawley in the UK. So my time split between the two. But yeah, man.
You're a big dog. That's where you didn't even let me get to the question. You just like let them know we talking to serious S&P artists here. Huh?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You badass, brother. Bro, how did you come to know about the scalp micropigmentation industry?
Yeah, so it was back in 2019. So originally the story was I was actually looking at hair loss solutions, right? For my mum. So I was looking at all different types of ways we could help her. And at the same time I was looking, my missus and her colleague, right? They was at a conference in Nottingham in England called MPUK. I'm not sure if do you know that one?
No, sir.
Yeah, MPUK. So it's a micropigmentation conference for everything micropigmentation, SMP, PMU, lips, eyebrows, eyeliners, you name it. She was there and she see people doing SMP. So she phoned me up and said to me, Will, I've seen these guys here doing this, demonstrating this. I think, you'd be good at it. But at the same time, I kind of half had a clue about it because of my research with my mother. So I just thought to myself, like, this is weird. You know what I mean? Like all these things that are happening, like all the roads are like sort of pushing me into this industry that I'm half aware of, but want to know more about. So she came back from the conference and within a month, I'd done my fundamental training and the rest is history, man.
You were ready to go. So you one of the fortunate SMP practitioners that has his original full head of hair, huh?
Yeah.
Not me. I don't want to take mine off because then I gotta mess with my
Yeah, keep it on, Dave.
Yeah. I forgot what I call these. I keep touching them. I don't know. The earphones. There we go. All right. So what were you doing prior to SMP?
So by trade, I was taught by trade. I'm a welder fabricator. So
okay.
Yeah, man. So I make shit out of metal, like from nothing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a bit like when I tell people that, it's I like telling people that as well because
it lets them know you're artistically inclined.
Well, just not even that, to be honest. It's just like, especially for like people new to the industry, they may come from all sort of different walks of life. You don't necessarily, in my opinion, you don't necessarily have to be a barber or a traditional tattoo artist. If you've got the will and the drive and you want to learn something, you could be anything and just
absolutely. I totally agree with you. I'm glad you went that route with that. That's awesome. So now let's transition a little more into SMP, right? What was one of your biggest failures as a practitioner and what did you learn from that experience?
So failures, I mean, I don't really...
So many coming up, no failures.
No.
Tell me none.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really see failures, right? So everything...
I like your style, bro, already. I already see where this is going.
It's true, man, because like everything's like a lesson, right? So
Amen.
Yeah, I've failed along the way, but I don't see it as failure. I sort of test and measure things all the time. Even now, I test and measure things all in different aspects of the business. So some things work really good. Some things, take a little longer, or I've got to bin that and try something else. So yeah, I just,
No failures, just lessons.
Yeah, man.
My man, I like your style. You're a prolific dude. I'm glad we finally jumped on the podcast. So if you could be remembered in this industry for one thing, what would it be? What would you want that to be?
So when you say that, do you mean in regards to my work or just me as a person?
In general, whether it be your work or just, you know, your character, your professionalism.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I try to keep like everything I do is with honesty, integrity, and I just try to keep it like 100 with my clients. Like no matter what, I'll tell them the truth. You know, if someone comes into me and they've got quite a bit of hair, but it's missing on the crown and they want a density job, I'll try and steer them away from that, for example, whereas others may not. They may try
Take
to
that money. Let me take that money.
get the money, right? So with me, I'm just totally honest, you know, just straight down the line, all the way. And that's what I'd like to be remembered for. Do you know what I mean? Just being honest.
Outstanding. Being a stand-up guy. What's one of the best compliments a client has ever given you?
I don't get many, you know, but like when it comes to work, like, I mean, we've had tears a few times. So that's
how was that for you? Matter of fact, let's go with that. How was that? How'd you receive that, man, the first time you saw? And I'm gonna assume, was it another man?
Yeah.
That you saw, you actually brought him to tears because the transformation was just so like, wow.
Yeah, so you know, obviously, you know yourself being a scalp artist, like you know, you get different people come into your clinic. Some may be just purely for vanity reasons, right? And some might be because they're genuinely suffering. So this particular guy, he had a case of alopecia. So he had quite long hair, but he had the patches, you know, in hair. And we managed to disguise them like really well. And he was just blown away because, you know, you can imagine for him, he's walking around every day completely conscious about it. And for him to just walk out and not have to worry, it just brought him to tears, man. So that's why, you know, that's why I do it, because for them reactions, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So now I'm gonna flip it back a little more for you. How about in regards to an insult? Have you ever received an insult from someone or a client that you're proud of? It's a tricky one.
Insult.
Should I give you an example?
Go on.
I'm going to give you an example. So coming up, I used to, you know, Juan took me under the wing, Juan Collado from and I actually you know, this past 2-3 weeks ago when we were at the S&P Expo, I was on stage with him and I told him about this. Yeah. So I told him, listen, I need you to be 100% transparent with me when I send you my work. I need you to tell me, is it good or is it bad? You know what I mean? Like, so one time he tells me, he goes, yeah, you know, and it wasn't a completed first session. I was like halfway. So I think he thought, so he was like, yeah, man, that looks like shit. like he just kept
that looks like shit.
Yeah, he kept, and I respect, that's what I wanted.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was one of those, like, you know, I was proud of that because it was like, you know what, this dude is going to help me get better. So that's what I mean. Like, did anyone ever, you know?
I get that. Obviously, like from my mentors, like, I mean,
in quotes.
Yeah. I mean, I can take on criticism. Like, I'm not like, it doesn't get my back up. I'm quite happy for it. Do you know what I mean? So as long as the person that is criticizing me
is better than you.
Exactly. Yeah. Or, you know, he or she, you know, is in a position to criticize me. But in regards to like the question you was going back to, I mean, my missus, she always says, you know, a bad trait of mine is that I'm never really present. Right, not like as in now, but like say, like for example, we're watching TV. You know, we finish work, we're watching a bit of Netflix. What are you watching anyway? In a minute, anything good?
Say that again, brother. You lagged up.
What are you watching at the minute? Anything good on Netflix?
Yes, I am watching Amend. It's about you know, the 14th. Oh my goodness.
Go on, yeah. All right, you're watching them
like with the Constitution, and I'm watching that. And what's that Squid Game?
Game. Yeah. I've not watched that yet, so don't give it away. But you're watching that, and you know, I'm constantly thinking of the business. So whether it be replying to clients or, you know, posting stuff on social media. Like I'm always like half in, half out.
Got you.
So, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think most people that are entrepreneurial, is that a word? Right.
Always.
Are a little bit like that. So
absolutely. It
I don't
never
mind
turns off. It's not supposed to turn off.
No. Yeah.
But that's a good okay, we'll take that. So do you have any influential people? Like, give me 3 names. And if you don't have 3, that's fine. 3 influential individuals in the industry. And how have they impacted you?
In the industry? Well, I mean, I'd have to say Paul Clark from Bramwood Clinic, purely because I done my fundamental training there. I mean, I'm going to say Simon as well, obviously the pair of them. That's where, if you didn't know already, I done my fundamental training.
You did your fundamentals with who? With Paul Clark?
Yeah, Bramwood Clinic.
Bramwood,
Paul
got
Clark,
it. Okay, yep.
Simon Lane. Yeah. So obviously got massive respect for them showing me the way, and won't forget that. And to date, obviously, Mr. Mark Allen, he's almost like a father figure to me, like in the industry, or a brother.
He's a beast. He's definitely one of my top 3.
Yeah, so I'd probably have to say those guys, and as well, because they're probably the only 3 that I've actually met face to face, because I only ever see people in front of a computer screen. Do you know what I mean? Or a phone.
That's all I know. Listen, one day this COVID crap is going to be over with, and we all going to get to hang out. It's such a beautiful experience. Even when I was at the expo a few weeks ago, just to put the face to the name and all the Instagram and Facebook comments. It was outstanding.
Do you know what? Because obviously when I got into the industry, like I was buzzing. I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of all these conferences. Like, I just want to get out there and meet people and like start sharing ideas, and then bang, put the locks on.
World shuts down.
Yeah. So I'm like chomping at the bit for that.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing, man. It's gonna happen. Hopefully 2022. I don't know. 2022 is already starting to be a little scary. All right. So if you could have coffee with any S&P figure, who would you choose and why?
After you, innit?
Oh, my man. All right.
Now, do you know what? Like we were just touching on the point before. So there's a few, because I want to meet everyone. But I would say people that I want to learn from, and I sort of admire their work and stuff like that. I'd have to say possibly.
Who do you want to get the sauce from?
There's not just one person, but just names that sort of spring to mind.
You got to give me one, Will. You got to give me one. Come on, give me one.
I'll give you 2. John Chandler. I like his stuff, and I like what he's doing, and everyone around him seems to be putting out the same sort of quality of work. So that would be nice to hear some bits from him. Masood. Jeff's brother. I mean, he seems to put some real good shit out there. So again, I mean, I don't know him, but that would be cool. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. So do you have a pet peeve in the industry? Is there something about the industry that you feel like, I'd like to either change it or just get rid of it? Come on, let's get spicy, Will.
I mean, people have a tendency to like try to run before they can walk. Quite a lot. I see it quite a lot. I bite my tongue on it. I don't say anything, but that bugs me out a little bit.
So I get where you're going, but is there anything in particular? Like, is it with training? Like a guy, he just got his fundamentals training last week. Now he's a trainer.
Yeah, that would be an example. That would be an example, because there's certain things that I believe, you can't start training people unless you've sort of been through it yourself. Yeah. So even with me, like I'm pretty busy doing what I'm doing, but I still haven't seen everything. I haven't, and there'll be one day that something comes in, you're like, fucking hell, like you got to think on your feet, like, but you need that more than once. You need it once, twice, 3 times. You need to see it come back healed. You need, you need all them boxes ticked before you can then show something.
I'm gonna teach you something. Yeah, I get you. They need the experience. All right.
Yeah, like for example, yeah. So today, right, I've done a guy, he had like a huge like FUE job, right, not gone too well, so he's scarred up quite bad, but his skin tone was like quite very similar to mine actually, or maybe a little bit lighter, but I found that a lot harder to do than someone with a lighter skin tone. Don't ask me why, but I don't know if it was just his skin, but I'd never come across that until today, right? So that's why, and I do a lot of it. I do a lot of FUE, right? But I've never come across this guy, and but now I know. Do you know what I mean? So I need that a few times before
you can say you're a master FUE scar camo.
Exactly.
I got you. Where do you see the industry in 5 years, bro?
I see it thriving, to be honest. I mean, I think it's going to be like more accepted. It's becoming more accepted now, in regards to like male grooming, and I say males. I mean, females get SM too, but like, in regards to males, like cosmetics and things like that, I see the industry growing. I think there's going to be a lot of clinics pop up, but I believe, when it comes down to it, only the strong will survive. And you got to have everything in order. And it's not just about, some people just get into this for the wrong reasons. That. Yeah, exactly.
Those are the ones that are not going to be here in another 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you got to just be 100% dedicated into it, and I don't think you will have anything to worry about in that sense. But I think the future's bright. I really do.
I agree. I don't want to give my sample because this is about you. We today's about highlighting you.
No. Talk, man. Talk.
No. I agree too. I definitely see it thriving more. I do see a lot of people, coming in the industry solely for money.
Yeah.
But as just a businessman by nature, I know that anything that you pursue solely for money never works out. There's got to be some sort of ambition there. There's got to be some sort of like pride in work. You actually really got to be dedicated.
My opinion is,
passion. You have to be passionate.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to. What I think about it is, your sole purpose should be to keep that client happy and do the best job you can every time someone comes in, right? And if you can do that, then everything else will just come from that. If you can keep producing, because it's hard. It's not easy, and people get it twisted because they think it's easy. I'm
gonna get 6 figures my first year.
Oh man, and it ain't easy. It really ain't easy, and it, you see so many different canvases come through the door, and you got to think differently every time someone comes in, and it's constantly changing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm willing to accept it for however many years to remain a student to the game for several years, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's another important thing I was going to say, because no matter how much people sort of like blow smoke up your ass and this, that, and the other, you've always got to be willing to learn. Like, and if someone, like you say, like Juan said to you, like, looks like a piece of shit, like, you got to be willing to take that and go, all right, cool. Why? Can you tell me why? How can I rectify it, or how can I fix it? Or what do you think I should do? Like, when you get to the point of stopping to learn, that's when you're starting to die. Do you know what I mean? So Absolutely. you got to keep pushing.
Yeah. When they say complacency kills, when you become complacent, that's when you die. In the industry, not in the literal sense, guys. Relax.
Yeah.
What are the tools you using, brother? You willing to share some tools? What's the secret weaponry you got over there? My man, Bishop.
Yeah,
All right, we'll jump into that, right? So you're sponsored by Bishop. Talk to us about that. How did that happen? And how did it feel to get that notification, that selection that they wanted you part of their
yeah. So
professional
it was
team?
like so I sort of like entered photos and just, you know, my work for them to see. And then they sort of picked, I'm guessing, out of a bunch of people, and I got notified that, you know, I was going to be one of them. And it was a shock, mate, because, like, you know, I've not been in the industry that long, and, you know, Bishop, in my eyes, are one of the biggest, like, what we call like top shelf. They're there. Do you know what I mean? And for them to come up to me and offer that to me, I was just taken back. And, you know, it's definitely the biggest achievement to date for me. Yeah, man. I love the brand. That's the thing, because I wouldn't have accepted something like this if I didn't like use. I mean, I've been using Bishop machines and needles and stuff, like, probably 1 month after my training. The first month I was using sort of whatever I was recommended, but then I sort of started to research myself. So I've been using this stuff and I believe in it. So I think that's important as well.
Okay. I was gonna get because some people say, hey, I'm sponsored. Okay, I'll say I use this, but the reality of it is, I'm using this and this. I mean, it exists. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but glad you.
But for me, like, I can't be that guy. Like, I'd have to believe in it. If I didn't use it and someone offered it to me, it's no good to me. Like, I've got to believe in it. And so that's why it just worked out perfectly, like, because not many other companies would have worked that good for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it worked.
All right. Well, so what's one of the biggest challenges that you're actually, you know what? I'm going to backtrack because you told me you sponsored, but you didn't tell me the tools. What are you working with? What's your
what machine?
Yes.
So I sort of flip between, mainly I'm using the wand, the SMP wand. But they've sort of like lightly released a new machine, the SMP pen, which is another good machine. To be honest with you, I'm not. I'm more experienced with the wand. I know the ins and outs and how exactly it works. I'm still sort of getting my way around.
Feel for the new one.
Yeah.
I've seen them at the expo. What about for needles? What needles?
Yeah.
Size wise, we know it's Bishop.
Yeah. My go-to needle for most clients is probably the 08. Yeah. Because I find that the most versatile. I can sort of make it do what I want, like, depend even on skin tone or complexity of skin. That's if I could have one needle in my bag, that's what it would be.
The 08.
I do go up and down. I mean, I was using a 10 today.
So when you say you do go up and down, at what instances? I know that, but for the listeners, when would you swap out a needle? So your go-to is the 08. When would you swap out to like, given the what scenario?
So maybe, like, I don't know, like maybe like a lighter skin tone. I might use the 08 on the first session, but I might drop to a 6 on the second session, depending on how it's come back healed. And then vice versa with like a sort of darker skin client, I may go up to a 10.
And is that to establish some? Is that your way of establishing depth with the two different?
Not really. Because, like, I'm actually studying, like, for doing my trichology exams at the moment, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I got one more left.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, one more, and I'll be full blast official certified.
Takes a lot of time, doesn't it?
I could wear my white coat. I can be cool now.
That's it. Yeah, so like European, Asian, and African, like, hair is like different coarsity. Is that a word? Like, they're different sizes. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, so I'll maybe go a bigger needle depending on
match the follicle.
Yeah, what your culture is. Yeah. So that's my reason.
Okay, good man. All right. That's a little gem right there for depending on who's listening to this. For new guys, you just made a newbie's life a lot easier right now. All right. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you're facing right now, just like as your role or in business, you know, and how are you tackling that?
Yeah, for me, it's time management. I'm
Amen.
really bad, man. Like with time, and sometimes I'm guilty of procrastination. Is that I'm not good with big words, but I hear them. Yeah, so
That's all right, brother.
I
Listen, I grew
dawdle.
up on Hooked on Phonics too, bro. It's all right.
Yeah. So yeah, time management. So actually I've got two PAs at the moment. But my admin girls, they just basically help me with everything to do with my clients, like the bookings and follow-ups and stuff like that. And that's given me back a lot of time. So I definitely recommend that if you're struggling with your timekeeping.
Some assistants. You don't got one assistant. You got two assistants.
I've got two assistants. Yeah,
You flexing real hard.
Not for too long. The only reason I got two because the other one's leaving. She's going traveling, so I get another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's one of the most important lessons that you've learned in your career so far in SMP?
Stay in your lane.
Ooh.
That's a big one because
elaborate on that, please.
So what I mean by that is look, you've got your journey, right? Everyone else is, I don't want to say race, but everyone's on this journey as well, right? But you don't need to worry about like everyone else. Just worry about yourself. So sometimes when you haven't got the blinkers on and you're looking left and right, it sort of takes your eye off of what you're doing, and it can start. So this is what happened to me in the beginning, right? So you go on forums and you'd see other people's work all the time, and it gave me anxiety. Like it actually gave me anxiety because I was like, oh shit, like
I gotta get there.
Yeah. And like it's not until you like look at your own stuff, right, and then look back to what you was doing like a year ago or 2 years ago and go, shit, actually I've come a long way. Do you know what I mean? So just concentrate on what you're doing, and yeah, that's my golden tip.
Yeah, you don't got to keep up with the Joneses.
Never.
So, in your opinion, what's one of the most important personality traits or strengths that someone would need to be in our industry and be successful at it?
Yeah.
I know there's several, but in your opinion, what do you think?
I think you need to be humble, right? Because you can shout out all you like, and then all of a sudden one day something will humble you, like in regards to a tricky client coming in, and all of a sudden you don't know what to do. So just stay humble. Be honest with your clients. When I was starting out, I was completely honest with them. I said, look, I've just qualified. This is where I'm at. Obviously, what I was charging and things like that would showing my experience. So I was just completely honest with my clients from the beginning, and I've still got them clients today, like when they come back for touch-ups and stuff like that. So that goes a long way. And you got to be empathetic, because you're dealing with people's feelings. So you got to try to understand, put yourself in their shoes and guide them through the process, man. Like, and just be patient. That's a big one. Be patient.
Yeah, that's everybody wants everything quick. It's the money, the process, everything.
Yeah. You got to trust the process. And when I say that to my clients all the time, right? Trust the process. This is just the first session. Second session, we're going to build. Third session, we're going to get it, right? But sometimes you as an artist, you've got to trust the process, because sometimes you do a first session and you might be looking and you're thinking, fuck, I can still see his horseshoe, like shit, like, but then hang on a minute, it's a first session. Yeah, it's a first session, like chill, like, and you will get there, like, but sometimes like then you start to, like freak yourself out a little bit, like, but yeah.
That goes back to looking at some of these OGs work, and some of these guys, they take that first session and they smack it out the park, and like, man, he made, and they're like, first session results, and you're like, yo, this dude was a Norwood 7. I don't see no horseshoe. I'm like, I get on the second session sometimes and I'm still trying to camouflage this. I got you.
But that's the thing as well, like, because everyone works differently. So with me, I'll take a real slow approach. Like my first sessions are quite sparse, they're quite wide set, and I really layer it, like to get to the finished result. whereas others, like you say, may just pepper the hell out of it and get there a little bit quicker. But again, when you're looking at too much side to side and not concentrating on what you're doing and what you do best, that sometimes it can like
and that throws off the whole strategy.
Yeah, miss your vision a little bit,
Yeah, absolutely. That's great, man. Great points. What's one piece of advice you can give someone starting out in the in our S&P industry? You dropped a lot of gems. You have.
Yeah, I need
you to dig deep in the soul box.
This is going to be a bit of a controversial one, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So forums, yeah, like S&P forums, yeah.
Dude, I love you, bro.
I would be careful in the forums, like if you just started out. Reason I say that is because the forums, yeah, is a free run for anyone to say anything. Yeah. So when you're just starting out, you might panic a bit, like something's not quite gone right. So you're like, oh shit. What can I do? You go on the forum, yeah, searching for something shiny, yeah, to get you out of that mess. Yeah. But sometimes, like, unless you just started out, you don't know who's who. Don't get me wrong, there's people in there that are giving away good information, but on the flip side, there's people in there spouting a lot of shit. Yeah,
don't know nothing. And
exactly, and then it's game over. So what I would say, if you're starting out, be careful on the forums. Don't take it too literal, right? If you are struggling, go back to your training provider and just ask them. Stick to the basics and do it well. Repeat. And if you need to do more training, do more training. Don't ask Joe Blogs on the forum. Do you know what I mean?
Joe Blogs with two clients that he did last year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That guy knows the most.
Of course he does.
He's the grandmaster.
He's making the most money as well,
All right. What's one question you wish I'd ask you? And how? Well, I got one's a two-part. What's one question you wish I would have asked you? And how would you have answered?
Am I married? Go and ask me.
Are you married?
No, but I'm getting married.
Are you?
Yeah, when? Man. December.
Outstanding, my brother. Yeah. Congratulations for you.
That's what I was waiting for. A big clap. Yeah.
Congratulations. Matter of fact, I got one here for you too. Hold on. We could get real jiggy with it real quick too.
Oh, look at that.
That's right. Well, let's see. He's going down the aisle. Oh, that's amazing. That's outstanding. Good for you, brother. Congratulations.
Cheers, man.
That was a good one. I would have not expected that. Will, let the listeners know where they can find you online. Let them get the website, social media, all the handles.
Yeah. So the website is just all the W's, scalpnation.co.uk. And pretty much on all socials, it's just at @scalp_nation.
Outstanding. Well, my brother, it was a pleasure having you on the show. You're a stand-up dude. I love your style. Man. I love what you're doing for the industry. And let's stay connected, brother.
Definitely. Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Hi, I'm Damien. I run Team Micro. We're the world's leading design and marketing agency for the S&P and permanent makeup industries. We set up in 2009 as a one-person operation. We now have a team of 17 people. Within this team, we have the leading marketing experts for our industry, covering all aspects of digital marketing. And we only specialize in permanent makeup and S&P, so we really know the industry inside out. When we take on a new project, we understand exactly what makes your customers tick. So we're able to build products that exactly match your requirements and theirs. We don't want to just build a site, we want to build a website that performs, that converts visitors into inquiries as readily as humanly possible. You're not just getting a website, you're getting a marketing machine that does everything that you need it to do to maximize the number of customers coming through your business.
The reason why I joined Team Micro was because of how diverse the client base was. The team skill set is so wide-ranging, so it's a great opportunity to learn from them, and it's been an amazing opportunity so far.
What I enjoy when working at Team Micro is you come in and the environment is just like perfect. Everyone's got a smile on their face, it's always positive. You never walk in, no one's in a bad mood or anything like that. For some reason you walk in and it's just, you immediately feel better coming into work.
The opportunities I found at being at Team Micro, being here 6 months now. Started off in sales, speaking to just American clients. Just started a new project this week that I've been given. It's completely mine, and it's dealing with a lot of customers. When I say a lot, I mean everyone around the world that's involved with scalp micropigmentation. So it's liaising with everyone within the company, everyone around the world. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm grateful that I've been given it within the short time period that I've been here.
What I love about working at Team Micro is the freedom of the company. It's a really relaxed company. Damien's full of ideas, so it's constantly expanding as well. We'll come in every week and with this new venture in the pipeline. So yeah, it's just the expansion of the business. It's fresh.
I enjoy working at Team Micro because of the team that I work with. I work with a lot of talented people. On top of that, they're also very nice people as well. So it's nice to come into work and feel kind of relaxed and that you can chat with people as well as kind of get work done and make decent progress on the project.
The connection between both of the rooms, like the web design team and the sales team and everybody, because you're all talking all the time and it's really friendly with everyone, you start to obviously develop more skills like the more you talk to people. If I was talking to someone in the web design team, they'll just be like, oh, why don't you incorporate this as an idea? And you start to learn more and more things from different areas of the company. So your skill set is just consistently developing into like what can help the business grow.
The reason I chose to join Team Micro was because I liked the way the company ethos looked. When I came for the interview, I liked the sort of vibe that was in the office. I really got along well with Damien and with Dale. And to be fair, just conversations that I was having with everyone were just really nice. I wasn't nervous, I just was put to ease as soon as I walked through the door. I really kind of enjoyed my time here. I don't think that I'd kind of asked for anything else. It's like a home, second home. I'm looking forward to what my future holds here.
In the next 3 to 5 years, I'll probably see the business growing even more. In the space of probably the past 6 months, it's gone from just 4 of us to 14 of us now. So yeah, I think it'll continue to grow. Where the limit is that, I have no idea. That's the interesting part, I guess.